It's not going to be a, two-way street. I hope it's a 5-star, man. Maybe we'll wake our team up for the final 2 games of the regular season. Oh, no, did they have a defensive touchdown? They did. Here I was going to ultimately a 4.5-star. Nope. Give him the 5. Okay, the first time all season we had to bring up the loser wheel. So the options, very self-explanatory for the most part. Blue is dev trait lost. Red 1 is drug test. Yellow means emergency quarterback. Green means that our first pick, if we roll that, come the 2014 NFL draft with all of our bank stars, our first round pick will have to be a bust. That you guys choose who we get. That's a little bit fun. And then obviously there is a 5% chance that if we roll that, we have to retire a player right away. Any player. Tom Brady, Justin Forsett, any of our wideouts, Von Miller, they will be gone. So without further ado, the very first spin on a loser wheel in Madden 25 pink slips. Let's go. Yep. Well, we're here to start our playoff journey. We have built a super team. 14-3. Honestly, on paper, out of all the years we've done pink slips, I can confidently say this team is as competitive and can compete against any other pink slip team, endgame pink slip team we've ever had. But I've never, in the history of this series, I think probably the last 3, maybe 4 years, we've had a retirement loser wheel option. We've never rolled it. I've always been able to avoid this moment. And then, of course, the very first time we get a loser wheel in Madden 25 pink slips, through 3 seasons, through 15 episodes, we roll retire player for the first time in series history. I ripped the Band-Aid off. You guys voted, and here's who you voted for. Madden 25 pink slips started under the premise that Tom Brady wanted to get into ownership a little bit earlier than he did in real life. He's always been infatuated with the Raiders, so the league offices found out a loophole. Hey, you can go buy the Raiders right now as an active player, but in turn, you got to join the Raiders. We're going to find a way to break up this Patriots dynasty before they go and make a couple more Super Bowls, in hindsight, and we're going to send him to the Raiders, starting in, when did we start? 2012, 2011? And since that time, he has been the quarterback, general manager, / team owner of the Vegas Raiders. And he has turned this team from cupcake squad into super team. The only way a Tom Brady would be able to do. And now, as our team makes a potential playoff run where we are Super Bowl favorites, if not Super Bowl contenders at minimum, Tom Brady has to retire. In the 3 seasons he's been here in Vegas, over 4,000 yards every single time. Touchdowns have been on point every single time, and I'd like to pat myself on the back playing all Madden. Having those interceptions be that low, this year at 17, okay, got a little bit higher. Tom Brady regressed between 2025 and 2026 on the deep ball and throw power. We just still chucked it anyways. He's been a GOAT, man. And I love that this was a fresh approach. I've never started pink slips with a good quarterback. I'm usually trying to play with a bad quarterback. And it was refreshing to a degree that we went with an anti-pink slip quarterback. Usually we go height, weight, speed, dual threat quarterback. We went with the anti-pink slip player, but he was so freaking good. It made me appreciate being able to make adjustments and throw from the pocket. But it's at this moment, we wish Tom Brady well. Now, luckily, I did have quarterback insurance on this roster. We stole away Tim Tebow from the Denver Broncos, and we have been utilizing him. He's tasted milk. That's just the only way to view it, right? He's been our backup quarterback, but we don't never even need a backup quarterback to sniff the field because we had X Factor Tom Brady. So we've utilized him. He was our starting fullback. He was our tight end 3. He was our RB2. Hell, I even had him as a wide receiver, right? Like, he literally played every position on offense. And I'm going to say this. Very similar to a Taysom Hill. If the Saints go through a quarterback crisis, and they have done, there might be a couple game stretch, 2-3 games where Taysom Hill is the quarterback. It's a very, vanilla version of the offense. And I like to say that this state of Tim Tebow, he's an 80 overall quarterback. It's not going to be as dire. But I'm taking the implication of you guys deciding that Tom Brady had to be the guy that retired on us, having no more years of Tom Brady, as, sure, Tebow can kind of be the break glass case of emergency quarterback for this playoff run, so we don't just completely sabotage a 14-win season with going into the playoffs with a 50-some overall quarterback. But I'm taking the retirement of Tom Brady as I have to draft our next franchise quarterback in the upcoming draft, 2014 NFL draft class. Tebow will move back to the hybrid offensive weapon role. He can maybe always be that break glass in case of emergency quarterback. I think that could be actually added value of, if we ever lose a game, making sure we get Tebow off the roster so we don't have this option of emergency quarterback. But if we're retiring Tom Brady, I'm not going to sidestep into all right, it's Tim Tebow time. Can Tebow become our next franchise guy? No. I am not having a franchise quarterback with 87 throw power. Okay? I'll tell you that point blank period. He is my Taysom Hill. He is my weapon. He is our backup emergency quarterback for this scenario. But after this, he's going to move back to being our short yardage weapon, and we are going to draft our brand new franchise starting quarterback in the draft. And looking at the quarterbacks, I mean, you got the boat, you got Derek Carr, you got Manziel, Jimmy G, and Teddy Bridgewater. Those are all the quarterbacks that cost stars. I think Manziel will be very fun. I don't think he's going to be particularly good. These draft classes are somewhat similar to real life. He's not going to be cheesy, I'll tell you that. There's going to be some growing pains, but an opportunity to take Johnny Manziel and kind of do the what if, that could be pretty fun. But that is for the end of the offseason. We are getting ready for a playoff run. We start here in the wild card against the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys, who have a top 3 passing offense, a top 10 rushing defense, and that is going to be where we are going to have to hope, pray to Tebow that we're going to be able to find a way to run this football. I think there is absolutely a path that we just turn into a smash mouth run team with the weapons, with Tebow, with Forsett, that this might not be all terrible, but I'll tell you right now, 87 throw power with Tebow, he is very much feeling like an emergency quarterback. 87, that's probably one of the worst throw powers for a starting quarterback in the league right now. And we're an offense that thrives on the deep ball, getting the football to Demaryius Thomas down deep, getting the deep ball, and just getting, big time plays out of Julio Jones. For full credit to as talented as Julio Jones and Demaryius Thomas, they're not guys that have made a career of taking a 5-yard quick throw and then making it into a 60-yard touchdown. These are guys that need those air yards, and I don't think Tebow's the guy that can provide that. So identity change a little bit. Maybe we had to get a little bit more Cordell Patterson running the football, but that is what we're gonna have to do. And of course, after just the absolute battering that we took in the last episode, dude, look at our lineup. We used to have a perfect offensive line. Now that right-hand side of the offensive line is not great, so we're going to need to focus on running towards the left. And we're going to need the defense to step it up. This defense has been pedestrian. We have Fletcher Cox and Von Miller, two of the best sack specialists in the league right now, and they have gone incredibly quiet down the stretch. Our secondary has been as strong as it's ever been at any point during this Pink Slip series. And unfortunately, this defense has not been giving us any scoring. They've not been helping us out. They've been just pretty much going through the motions, letting the other team score more often than not. We're going to need them to step out. It's going to have to take a village to survive the retirement of Tom Brady right before a playoff run for our 14-win team. God, you guys are asses. You could have picked anybody else. You could have said, C4, how about we retire Alan Barbre? Hey, C4, you know what? I don't want to retire Tom Brady. How about we go out here and we retire Jay Williams, right? Where's all the Jay Williams votes for him to retire? There we go. They got Des Bryant throwing the X up. Tony Romo against Tim Tebow Wild card round. Shock the world. It's the Cowboys at the end of the day. Cowboys in the playoffs. Cowboys in the regular season. Don't love seeing it. They're pretty cheesy. Cowboys in the playoffs. I like our chances. Now let's hope the run defense did not come to play. This is where and how I think we have it's our only way of winning. Is at minimum, our run game is going to have to make at least a couple big plays. Big splash plays. Control the clock. And that's not a great start. Only a 2-yard gain. And when we do run, we're going to run towards the left-hand side. Our left-hand side might be as good as any NFL team's left-hand side. Kelsey, Trent Williams, even Britton. But, I mean, I still don't know how viable it's going to be to try to just, like, run, all 3 downs. And we'll try our best, man. This is why we've been trying at almost any opportunity to make Justin Forsett better. Anytime we get a player upgrade, it's like, hey, Forsett's kind of been that guy. He's been the star of Pink Slips. Well, now it's just time to shine. We're not going to be able to rely on Tom Brady. It is time for our running back that I like to say fairly, we've invested in to kind of prove that investment. I'll tell you right now, we can get 4 or 5 yards of carry. That'll do. Done a great job controlling the clock. It's not going to be the most sexy. Hey, this is what I got to do. When you guys retire my best player on offense, I can't just give up on the season. I got to play with a little strategy. Now, after all these runs, let's see if we can get him on a play action pass to Julio Jones. Come on, Teeps. Boom. Julio has a step. Oh, we got him. And then we got opening drive score. You could not have drawn up a better script. Able to run the football fairly well. No explosives, but grind a lot of that opening quarter. And then we get the touchdown and get some confidence in our passing attack with a Tebow play action pass. That has quieted up this crowd here in Dallas. The way that our defense feels like they're going to be playing, this could turn into a shootout, and I do not want that. There's been a lot of insta throws from Brady. Like, he is throwing it before I have any chance to get a pass rush going, and they're catching everything. Like what do I do there? He's just getting it out. It's smart. If you know you're going up against as terrifying of a pass rush that Von Miller, Robert Quinn, and Fletcher Cox can bring, you're going to try to cheese it in your own right and just get the ball out. Because if not, on 3rd down, we're going to pin our ears back and put you out of field goal range. Let's go, Von Miller. Bring down Tony Romo. I mean, they could attempt a long one, but I think that is going to bring out the punt unit. No, okay. Long field goal. I don't know who their kicker is, but unless he's Sebastian Janikowski, good luck. Hell of a boot, man. Almost from the start. Oh, Mariani. There's a guy who wants to pour one out for his homie, Tom Brady. Have a big game. I mean, this is an memoriam. These fans, Raider fans, are shocked. They're like classic Raiders curse. We finally look good, and then for some reason that we don't know why, oh, let's go. Tom Brady just retires for the playoff run. This is an outstanding drive, man. Going to do everything in our power to ensure that this is pretty much the last drive of the first half. And if we can make sure that it ends with a touchdown for the Raiders, we're going to be sitting pretty. I'm shocked they're not using their timeouts. Absolutely shocked. Unless they know something I don't. We're just going to fall in. Over Ilja. That is 2 outstanding drives back to back for this Tim Tebow-led Raiders offense. I mean, hey, a field goal is not the end of the world. But they also have no timeouts left, so 1 sack will end this half. If we can find a way to get it. Robert Quinn getting double-teamed. Oh my God, just give him 4 years. Come on! Was that holding? Oh. Is that a 10 yard? Is that a 15 yarder? How many yards is that? 5 yards. I mean, if that could give you the difference of them missing a field goal, that'd be sick. But given that first kick, Dan Bailey seems to be in his pocket. Oh, no! What are we doing? Are they just going to decline that, though? With, like, I don't know, 15 yards, they're not going to run a play. Unless that is 3D chess of run into the kicker, make them run a play, and then have time right now if they don't get it. Nah, they're okay. Wow, what? I mean, hey. Hell of a play, dude. They're scheming their guys wide open. Oh! Levante David steals it! Jason Witten, Levante David on a 50-50. And somehow it ends up in the midst of 54. Can I get a replay? No? Fine, I'll look one myself. Look at this. He's like, I'm going to go all reliable check down here. We're going to throw it right to Jason Witten. Right here. You know what? The amount of times that happens against us, I will take whatever the hell that just is. That is karma. That is karma that we have not had returned in a very long time in Madden. I will say that. And could happen to a better team than the Dallas Cowboys. What a impossible pick at the perfect time by Levante David. That's why I didn't show the replay. Territory. Oh, man. Justin Forsett just keeps turning. Keep turning them legs, boy. It's his show. If I could get a Justin Forsett Raiders jersey, that'd be my jersey right now of choice that I want. It is his show. And he's going to have to lead us to the promised land. It's his team. This is the lawman's team. That dude. Big boy. Justin freaking Forsett. Keep it going. Keep that clock turning. Keep getting first downs. All right, so it's third down just for midfield. We'll go with something high probability. Love to get this to Julio. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting a flawless offensive performance. We were due for a drive to stall. Man, oh man. Too easy. There we go. Right up the middle. Levante David having the game of his life. Sack and a pick. If we can get, just keep holding them to field goals, obviously that's going to be pretty sick. But we just let them pretty much get all that sack yardage back for a freebie. 3rd and 10. I guess the question would be, if we could get a stop here, what would they do? Would they keep the offense out, or would they take the points? There's still plenty of time left. Their defense just got to stop. We got to put the work in. Come on. Oh, they go to the end zone. Oh, there's no way he got both feet in. Micah Hyde. He's doing all the celebration. I don't know, dude. I'd be absolutely shocked. He got both those feet in, but if... What? Oh my God, there's no way. 1. Oh my God, 1. And he took... Micah Hyde, let's go! Suck it, Dez! Holy! Let's go! Oh my God, you just... Can't script it. Can't script it any better. What was that throw? Dramatic, that's all we're doing. That was a interception I threw on purpose to have this game come down to the wire. Yep, that's what happened. Oh my God. I mean, the good news is that they're going too quick. They're going to give us too much time. And, I mean, they had to get a 2-pointer on top of it. But also, man, I hate this team. I hate how easy, and I honestly, I would turn around. Not how easy it is, how bad my defense is. Like, no one plays to the right. It feels like if I'm not using the one guy that can make, like, the difference, we don't have one guy. Like, that play right there. I talked about the last episode probably no less than 10 times. This, like, insta-throw, insta-grab, never a PBU. You know, when you get those through-the-body picks of Levante David, like, there's the balance, the checks and balance of football karma. I never get a PBU. You know, I didn't wake up today. I had a gut feeling. I didn't look at the comments on voting until today. So it was like a week that you guys had to decide. I was like, oh, man, who are they going to pick? I did not know for a fact that today's video was going to be me going with a straight-up, you know, 16 overall point downgrade at quarterback with no abilities. So I need a little bit of time to get into a pocket. We're gonna play like we have Tom Brady though. I'm gonna chew the clock to make sure that this is final possession. That we're gonna be able to get into range and do some damage. All right, we're gonna turn shoot clock off after this play. Almost in field goal range. Get this to Julio. Get it exactly into field goal range. And look, and Dallas is using the timeouts for us. So this could be a little bit of strategy. I'm not saying that I'm just going to run this one out. But I'm going to run it, make them use their timeouts. And then I'd rather not have to go for a field. You blocked! There we go. Pig scoring over 100 yards for Justin Forsett. It's been a hard day. Not too many times we run the ball 21 times with Forsett and barely have 100 yards. That's when he gets in the territory of, like, you know, 200. So, all things equal, Dallas Cowboys defense has come to play today. They knew that we were going to, with the quarterback situation. I'll use my timeout here. It's pig slip scoring at the end of the day, right? Take the field goal and win, sure. But score a touchdown here, we might get some points. So, we'll go with a drive play. We'll look for, I don't know, somebody. Hopefully no turnovers. Go here. Curls out. Does Forsett have a touchdown? I feel like if I can get Forsett a second touchdown, that'd be points. But nothing over the middle. We can't have, like, just throw it right to Sean Lee's lap. Will Tebow time? Oh, get in! We got one chance to run this. If not, we'll burn our timeout, take the field goal. Oh, let's go! Tebow! Assuming we can get out of here 12 seconds with no touchdowns. Tim Tebow from fullback to playoff winning quarterback. What a story. What a start. Come on, Vaughn. Eat up the double teams, buddy. Levante David on the blitz. And it is... Buy a pick, man. We have, like, what, 3 picks on the season? It's been brutal. Like my last 2 main channel franchise modes that we, like, got, like, long-term Cardinals and Panthers. You can make the argument, too many interceptions. I was too good of a ball hawk. But there we go, baby. 0's on the clock. And Vegas goes on the road. Hey, is that us or is that the Dallas Cowboys doing the Dallas Cowboys first round of the playoffs? And they're going home. I don't know if it's going to be a big pig slip game, but from retiring Tom Brady to winning a playoff game, that's as good as we probably could have hoped for in today's episode. So take a look at the scoring who won the game, which is worth a 1 star. Looking at our player stats was, you know, I think all things considered, not a brutal performance by Tim Tebow. Justin Forsett going over 100 yards rushing is a half star of scoring. And on the defensive side, you know, wasn't a terrible game. You know, we only gave up what was it, 14 points, which is solid. We're on a stretch of giving up over 20. We did get the 2 interceptions. Levante David and Micah Hyde, so both these picks combined is 1 star. Ends up getting a 2.5 star performance, which will give us a +5 upgrade to steal a player away from the Cowboys to continue our playoff run. So I like to let you guys vote. That's kind of, one of the cool things about this series is it is community ran. However, these lower star performances really limit the amount and pool of players that we can potentially upgrade from. And unfortunately, we just did not get a good roll from the Dallas Cowboys. I looked at it Tony Romo. I was like, oh, maybe we can actually bring in an actual quarterback over Tebow. Romo's a 79, Tebow's an 80. Couldn't do that. Des Bryant is so far below our top Demaryius Thomas and Julio Jones. That's not something we can consider. I thought Akeem Hicks would be cool. Went to school up here in Canada. We didn't play well enough. We need 10 points to get him. Kalisio Semele, an 83 superstar guard. I thought Ilya, who's listed as an 80, but that's with the confidence boost and morale boost. We just don't have enough points there. The only player upgrade that was within 5 points that made any bit of sense as far as an upgrade is concerned is pretty substantial. We already were able to win Jason Kelsey earlier in the rebuild. And with this one, we have our current starting right tackle, Khalif Barnes, 80, 30 years old. We have Lane Johnson on the Cowboys, which as an Eagle fan is absolutely disgusting. Rookie Lane Johnson, 83 superstar. It is going to cost 3 of our 5 upgrade points, which means we do this upgrade and we're also able to bank 1 star for the 2014 NFL draft, which now knowing we have to find a quarterback in that draft, the more stars, the better that we can bank. And welcome Lane Johnson to the Vegas Raiders for this playoff run. That is so sick to get that right in the world. Getting Lane off the Cowboys, that was disgusting. I almost puked a little bit in my mouth when I heard that. And it gives us the 2 most athletic tackles, probably high-end tackles. We've had all 3. We had Terran Armstead at one point as well before he got poached away. But having Armstead, Trent Williams, and Lane Johnson on the O-line through different parts of this season. You throw in someone like Kelsey, who's regarded as one of the most athletic centers of all time. We have the most pink slip O-line of all time. And with Tebow as our quarterback for this playoff run, the better protection, the better run lanes that we're going to be able to create, the better this team is going to perform. So with that win, we're moving on to the divisional round. Our opponent probably could not have found a better opponent. Biggest pain in our ass opponent this whole season. We played them twice. Would it be anybody else but Andrew Luck and the 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs, the #1 scoring offense. Andrew Luck almost 50 touchdowns in the regular season. A defense that is so unbelievably frustrating. A team that, because of how terrible we played the final week of the season, ended up winning the division. Well, we have a chance with Tebow Mania running wild, brother, to go on the road at Arrowhead and make the championship game. But that will be the next episode. I thank you guys very much for tuning in to today's episode of Madden 25 Pink Slips. Thank you guys very much for the continued support on this series and understanding, we got some rebuilds and other things that kind of take a little bit top priority, but we are still going strong, and I guarantee and promise at least 1 episode a week. And because it's in the playoffs, I'm trying to break it off to a little bit more short form. I am hopefully, it definitely won't be another full week before we get to another episode, and I'm planning on best case, worst case, best case scenario, we beat the Chiefs. We will have the Chiefs game and the championship game in the next episode. If we lose to the Chiefs for the 3rd freaking time this year, we will have this game and then the offseason. So there will be a lot more meat on the bone, but I felt like it was important in this episode to have the huge retirement kind of take priority and be the main focus here. And hey, thank God we got the Dallas Cowboys in the first round. If it was almost any other opponent with the retirement of Tom Brady, do we win? Probably not. But thank you very much for Tim Tebow. Thank you very much for watching. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment for, which quarterback you think we should potentially target in the upcoming draft. Because, again, Tebow's going to save us for this season so that our whole season's not for naught. But outside of being a 15.3 dev trait regression from Tom Brady for Tebow, he is not going to be our franchise quarterback. So who should be our next franchise quarterback? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, with your boy C4 saying peace. I love you. Have a good one.